Ryan Nickel and Corey Riddle back here at Fort Morgan High School as we get set to bring you the ball game tonight between the Lady Mustangs and the Lady Rebels of Weld Central. Both teams undefeated so far in conference play. As we get the starting lineups here, and the starting lineups, get the starting lineup for the Arvada Weld Central Rebel. And that is the starters for them are going to be Tiana Pippin, Michaela Ruppel, Yvette Espino, Katie Sims, and Snidey Pebler. And now the starting lineups for the Lady Mustangs will be sophomore Allie Christensen, junior Maddie Griffith, senior Kelsey Shaver, senior Hallie Shaver, and number 5 in the starting lineup here is going to be senior Haley Lewis. As they get introduced and go through their introduction rituals here. So, Corey, I think we're going to have us a good game here tonight.
I really do. We'll see how it turns out, but both teams have good records in conference and overall, and we'll see how it matches up. Fort Morgan can keep out of foul trouble and keep from those turnovers. That's really going to help them.
The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote. So we get set here for the tip. It will be Katie Sims, it looks like, for Weld Central, and Haley Lewis for the Mustangs. And that is won by Haley Lewis. Tip back out to Hallie Shaver. Now underneath to Christensen. Her jumper banker is up and good to start off the game here for Allie Christensen. And then a full court press here by the Lady Mustangs. Oh, the ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by Kelsey Shaver. Nice job there on the cross-court pass to knock it out of bounds. So the Rebels will inbounds mid-court as they get it into Ruppel. Fort Morgan into a man-to-man set. Espino, she is going to be called for a travel, so a turnover right off the bat for Weld Central as they got the ball underneath to Espino. Now it looks like Weld Central is going to press. Maddie Griffith cross court to Hallie Shaver. Now to Haley Lewis. Haley Lewis is going to drive it down. She's going to give it up. Now out to Christensen. A 3 from the right is up and bank and good for Allie Christensen.
That's a good way to start it off.
I do nothing Fort Morgan here as we're just not quite a minute into the game. As the Lady Mustangs continue that press, and the layup is going to be up and no good. Rebounded is going to be tipped and taken away by Haley Lewis, and she is going to take control of it or try to. And she is going to go down, bank it up and good on the layup. So Haley Lewis with a 2-pointer. So the Rebels will take a 30-second timeout. I don't think they're going to take a timeout. It looks like somebody maybe. They're going to. No timeout. It's just an injury timeout. Somebody from Weld Central went down. We'll go back up and pick up that first basket of the game by the Mustangs. That is brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions. And Cargill is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. So the Mustangs starting out hot here.
They are. They're three of three on those baskets. So we'll see how they keep doing. There's some nights where they can't even, hit won't go in for nothing. And tonight they're sinking them. Oh, almost
high up on the far side, and that will be to Weld Central as the Mustangs won the opening tip. So they will inbounds far side half court. Rupel now with the possession over on the far side. That's going to be knocked out by Griffith. So the Rebels to inbound right baseline of their basket.
Mustangs putting on some good pressure tonight.
So Sims gets it in. It turned right over as it went through the hands of Espino. And now a foul, I believe a foul is called in the back court. And that, I believe they called that on Sims. So that will be her first, team first. First foul of the game. Christensen now on the high right wing. Kelsey Shaver out front over on the far side now to baseline. That is up and no good by Lewis. As the Mustangs now drop back into their man-to-man defense. Shot is going to be up and no good. Ball is going to be taken away underneath. Now going to be out front to Pippin, and her shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Kelsey Shaver. Nice job on the night so far by the Lady Mustangs. And the Lady Rebels not finding their range yet here on the Mustang court. Another three, and that is up and good by Allie Christensen. Back-to-back threes. She is on fire right now. 10-0 here early. And Allie Shaver dogging him in the back court. They finally get it up into the front court. Now the pass, not a good pass by Espino as it goes out of bounds on the far side. Coming in is Snidey Pevler for Espino.
3 turnovers for the Rebels and 0 for the Mustangs to start out.
So Shaver brings the ball up into the front court, gives it off to now underneath, and that layup is going to be up and good by Kelsey Shaver. Mustangs trying to force another turnover. Have not got the ball into the front court yet. They do finally with Rupel. Ball is tipped away and Rupel contains it. Ball is up and no good. Rebounded, taken away by Christensen. So another rebound here by the Lady Mustang. You get the ball down to Lewis. Underneath to Shaver. And that shot is up and good by Kelsey Shaver. So a 12-0 run here to start this game.
Actually 14-0 run now.
14, excuse me. And that will be a full timeout. So we'll take one with them. 14-0 Mustangs on B106 and B106.com. 14-0 with 4:51 to go here in the opening period. The Lady Mustangs have come out on fire. Allie Christensen with 8 points, 2 from behind the arc. Kelsey Shaver with 4, Haley Lewis with 2. Press once again by the Lady Mustangs. Look to get the ball. Going to be taken away by Griffith. Ball down, and that ball is going to be tipped, but to Christensen. Her shot from the right side is up and no good. Haley Lewis with the rebound and the putback, but she is fouled on the shot, so she will go to the line to shoot 2. We'll see who they call that on. Call that on Rupel. That will be her first. So Lewis will go to the line to shoot 2.
Lewis on the night. Lewis is how much for her?
As that first one goes in, she is, let's see what she's shooting from the free throw line. She is 57% from the free throw line, so she hit her first, 15-0. And the second one up and in and out. The rebounder by Kelsey Shaver. Taken away on the baseline by Pevler. Now that ball is over the head of the intended, I guess you'd call him a receiver, the intended person down court. So another turnover by, how many is that on Weld Central so far?
That is 5 on Weld Central, 1 on Fort Morgan.
So Hallie Shaver over to Griffith on the high left wing, back up to Shaver out top. And the lob it underneath, and it's going to be kicked out to Christensen for another 3, and that is up and good for Allie Christensen.
Why stop when you're on fire?
Oh man, she is on fire right now. 18-0 as Weld Central runs it back down in the back court. And they finally get it up into the front court. That was a long 10 seconds, but they get it into the hands of Pippin. Now over into the corner, and that three is going to be off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Christensen, and they're going to try to get it down court. They get it to, it's going to be off of Weld Central and out of bounds as Christensen tried to hit Lewis down low. Lauren Keller comes in for Allie Christensen. They're going to give her just a little bit of a blow.
You see Keller has some fingers taped up down there. She must have sprained her fingers at some point.
So skip pass to Shaver, and that is going to be off the rim and no good. Rebound, and that is going to be taken away by the, can't see that number, that is going to be Sims. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Shaver. She gets it out to Lewis. Lewis on the breakaway, and that is going to be up and good for Haley Lewis. 20-0 here, Lady Mustangs, as the Weld Central Rebels.
They're not giving up many points right now, are they?
Oh, not at all. Out front to Daniel. Cross court to Martinez. Now back up front to Sims as they just pass the ball up around the perimeter. They want to get the ball down low, and so far Haley Lewis doing a nice job on Pevler. Ball is going to be tipped and taken away. It's going to be finally taken away by Kelsey Shaver. So another turnover here. Oh, that's going to be way over the head of Maddie Griffith at the baseline as Haley Lewis tried to get her down low. Lewis is going to take a seat. Kelsey Klaus will come in. Espino comes in, as well as Forte. Daniel leaves and Pippin leaves for the Lady Rebels. 20-0, Lady Mustangs. 2:29 to go, first period. So they get it underneath. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Kelsey Shaver. As Howley now gets it up into the front court as the Mustangs look to get their offense set up here. Now another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. That ball is taken away. They get it up into the front court to Sims. Now over on the far side to Forte, and she's going to be called for a travel. Caitlin Wells comes in now for the Lady Mustangs. Hallie Shaver takes a seat. 2:01 left here, first period. The Lady Mustangs up 20-0. They have come out on fire. Allie Christensen with 11 points here, just in the first period. Maddie Griffith on the far side to Keller. Now they're going to try to get it into Shaver. And she's going to have it taken away from her. They're going to fight for it on the floor, but the Mustangs retain possession. That ball is going to be tipped. Not a good pass by Griffith. Looks like it was going to be a fairly decent block, but there's going to be a foul called on Maddie Griffith. That will be her first team foul. Got it down to a minute 32 in the first period before the Mustangs committed their first foul. Trying to see who that is. Number 23, I believe, Forte. She hits her free throw, and that's the first point of the game for the Rebels. Next free throw is in and out, rebounded by Klaus. Into the hands of Griffith as she gets it up into the front court to get the offense set up. Now to Wells on the left wing, back to Griffith out top. Keller, and she's going to be called for the travel. She did some little bunny hops there after she received that pass from Griffith. 20-1 Lady Mustangs. With a minute 14 here left in the first period as Espino drives it down. Her shot is going to be up and no good, but she was fouled. So Espino will go to the line to shoot two. And that foul is going to be on Kelsey Klaus, her first. That first one is off the backboard and in for Espino. Espino on the year. They do not have her stats on Max Prep, so I do not have what she averages from the free throw line. And that one is up, rolls around and no good, tipped around and taken away by Keller. 18-point lead here with just a minute to go for her first period. Caitlin Wells to Griffith, now to Keller. Maddie Griffith out front, now to Klaus. Caitlin Wells. Keller now with the jumper, and that's off the rim and no good. Going to be tipped out of bounds off of Wells. So the Rebels to take possession. Lady Mustangs, without all their starters in there, have backed off the press. Down to 38 seconds here and counting. Espino out in front to 14 now, over on the far side to Sims. Ball is going to be in now to Sims on the right side, and that is going to be up and good for Sims. The first bucket from the field. Now down to 17 seconds to Klaus in the corner. Wells now cross court to Keller. They're going to get it underneath to Kelsey Klaus. Her shot is going to be blocked, taken away by Daniel. 4 seconds. A long three is going to be up and no good at the buzzer. So at the end of the one, it's been nothing but Lady Mustangs here as they lead at 20-4 going to the second on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel and Corey Riddle at the gym here in Fort Morgan. Emily Hernandez running the boards for us back at the studio. As the Lady Mustangs will have possession here to start off the second period, leading at 20-4. Haley Lewis back in. All starters back in, except for Maddie Griffith. Keller up top to Shaver. Now to Christensen. Cross court to Keller. Up top to Shaver. Underneath to Lewis. Her shot is up and good at the bucket.
They didn't see that one coming.
Nice passing there by the Lady Mustangs to get that open shot underneath for Lewis. And another takeaway to get it into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Shaver's shot is going to be up and good on the layup. Her first bucket of the night. 24-4. Back to that 20-point lead once again. And the Rebels still have a tough time getting that ball up court. Another bad pass. And a jump is going to be called, but that possession will go to Weld Central, as they will now inbounds mid-court. Ruppel is in for Forte. Let's had a discussion there. I don't know if maybe they didn't think of the possession arrow had been changed, but it was correct. So the Mustangs back on defense. Pippin out high, gets it over on the far side to Daniel. Picks up her dribble, now being guarded. Ball is going to be taken away. Nice job as Keller throws it off of Espino. And then the ball goes out of bounds. So nice hustle there by Lauren Keller. Hallie Shaver now with the ball. And she gets into the front court. Underneath, now back out to Christensen for a three. And that is up and off the rim and no good this time. And out of bounds on the far side off of Keller. So the Rebels will inbounds at the far end of the court. Mustangs with a trap defense as they get to mid-court. Now the ball is going to be tipped and taken away. Another turnover by Weld Central. How many is that they got here in this
first half? Weld Central sitting at 9. That was Lewis that blocks that shot too. Blocked that pass.
So Keller called with the travel. Mustangs pick up half-court pressure. Going to try to trap that half-court over on the far side to Pippin. Now back again, and that ball will be taken by Christensen, and she is fouled immediately by Ruppel. So that is 2 on Ruppel. Maddie Griffith back into the game for Kelsey Shaver. As the Mustangs now will inbounds near side, they get it into Hallie Shaver. Now on the far side to Keller. Picks up her dribble out front at the free throw line. That shot is up and good by Hallie Shaver. 4 points on the night for Shaver. And this press defense, that's going to be a foul on Christensen.
Some of the best defense I've ever seen the Mustangs play.
Yeah, the Weld Central, they really don't have much of an answer here for this press that Fort Morgan has put on them. 26-4 with 5:50 to go here in the second period. On about the three, pulled it down. Shot is going to be up and good, and that is going to be by Pevler. Her first bucket of the night. Keller on the far side, now to Shaver up top to Maddie Griffith. Back to Shaver. Underneath to Lewis. Her shot is going to be in and out and rebounded by Pevler. As the Mustangs now fall back into their man-to-man defense. Get the ball up high to Ruppel. Now over on the far side to Daniel. Back up top to Sims. Now over on the far side is Ruppel. Picks up her dribble. Now it's going to be to Sims at the free throw line. She's going to back it back out. Little head fake now from the right elbow, and that's going to be in and out. Going to be tipped around and taken by Hallie Shaver up to Haley Lewis. Haley Lewis with a crossover dribble, and the layup is going to be up and good by Haley Lewis. 9 points on the night for Lewis, 28-6. And there's going to be a foul on Griffith. It'll be her second, team fourth. And she was a little over aggressive there on that defense. Kelsey Shaver back into the game, and they're going to set Griffith for a little bit. Into the game is Jones, and out is Pippin. You get the ball into Martinez, now on the near side to Sims, out on the high left wing. Going to bounce pass to the free throw line. That shot is going to be up and good, and that is going to be by Pevler. 4 points in this quarter, and also on the night for Pevler. Now to Shaver to Christensen. A nice pass. Shot is going to be up and good at the bucket for Lewis. But what a threaded pass there by Christensen. 30-8, Lady Mustangs, 4 minutes to go here. Ball is going to be tipped. Haley Lewis has it tipped away from her, and it'll go out. I don't know why she tried to save it. It would have been off of Weld Central, I believe.
Back-to-back turnovers there, huh?
Let's see, Autumn Wheatley comes in for Christensen. Weld Central still in the back court. They get it to Sims finally up into the front court. Pevler drives it all the way down, and she is going to be fouled at the bucket by Lewis. That'll be her first. Team fifth, so Pevler back to the line. This will be her first time at the stripe tonight. That first free throw was in and out. That's about halfway down and came back out. Pete's Farmers Cooperative. See them for all your propane, fuel, and farm needs. They've been in business since 1915 and are still a small town company that cares about each of their customers. Free throw up and no good. With Lewis in possession, turnover here. Lewis went by Shaver and ended up knocking the ball away from her and taken away by the Rebels. So I don't know. I think somebody got poked in the eye there. That was Martinez. So they stopped the game here so she can come out, get a replacement in. 3:29 to go, 30-8 Lady Mustangs. As they have dominated this game. Now up high and over on the right wing. That ball is going to be taken for a layup up and no good. Rebounded by Keller. Hallie Shaver now to Wheatley, to Kelsey Shaver, to Lewis at the bucket. Up and good by Haley Lewis. 13 points on the night for Lewis, 32-8. Now over on the far side to Jones. Back to Daniel now at the free throw line. That shot is going to be up and good, and that's Pevler once again. So Pevler has been their offense except for one other basket and one free throw. Underneath's going to be tipped away. It looked like they could have called it over the back, but did not. Ball is going to be returned to the Mustangs on another turnover. Underneath to Lewis. Her shot is going to be blocked from the back. They're going to call a foul on the shot. And that foul is going to be on Jones. That will be her first. So Lewis back to the line to shoot two, where she was 1 of 2 earlier. And that free throw is off the rim and no good. Brush Grocery Cart. Groceries, fresh cut meat and deli items, floral, pharmacy, Western Union, and public service payments, and 24-hour gas. Brush Grocery Cart is your one-stop shop. 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. So Allie Christensen into the game now for Kelsey Shaver.
Let's got Autumn Wheatley in there too.
And that next free throw is up and good. Whitney Frasco into the game for Lewis with 2:20 to go here first half, 33-10. Lady Mustangs, very impressive showing here by the Lady Mustangs. Ball is going to be up and no good. Ball is going to be tipped around and taken by Pevler. Now up top to Forte. Now to Jones over on the far side. That is going to be off of a bad pass by Jones and off the other side. So possession to the Lady Mustangs. So this has been a turnover-filled game here by the
13 turnovers for the Lady Rebels, and what do I got? 9 for the Mustangs.
So Wheatley now to Shaver out front to Keller on the far side. Minute 42. Christensen tries to get the ball underneath. That ball is going to be taken away by Pevler. So another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. Jones now out to Forte over on the far side to Martinez. Now they give it off back to Jones on the far side. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Lady Mustangs. So Emily Harris into the game for Jones. They get the ball in to Forte. Ball underneath, and I'm going to call it travel. He said that Fort Lupton had. Where did they come up with Fort Lupton?
I don't know. You got
Weld
Fort
Central
Lupton on the mind.
I guess. Weld Central had possession. They called the travel. 33-10 with 1:09 left here first half. Wheatley to Shaver now to back to Wheatley. Shaver to Keller. Keller on the right wing. Shaver out front. 56 seconds now. Another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. And it's going to be taken right back away by the Mustangs. Wheatley to Christensen in the corner. Her shot from the corner is up and good for another three by Christensen. That is her fourth three of the night, 36-10.
The coach down there on Weld Central is kind of getting a little bit iffy, I guess.
Not wanting to come out and do a little bit better job of guarding her.
Yeah.
Pevler now on the right side, outside to Forte. Pevler in the lane. That ball is going to bounce up and good for Pevler. 8 points for Pevler. Down to 7 seconds. Ball is going to be lost in the paint and taken up by Weld Central, but nothing will be heard except the numbers on the turnovers. But at halftime, the Lady Mustangs are up big, 36-12. And we will be back with the halftime show on B106 and B106.com. 36-12 here, Lady Mustangs, as we get set to start this second half of play. We have Kelsey Shaver, Hallie Shaver, Maddie Griffith Allie Christensen and Haley Lewis on the floor.
All the starters.
And they will have possession as we start off this second half. Looks like the Rebels have gone to a 2-3 zone defense. Maddie Griffith for a 2, up and no good, going to be tipped around and taken in the corner by Rupel. Now pass down court to Pippin, now into the lane. That's going to be taken away. So the first possession is a turnover by the Rebels. Now to Haley Lewis, and the ball is going to be taken away, and she makes a turn. So turnover by the Lady Mustangs. Out high now up top is Rupel. Ball is going to be kicked out of bounds by Christensen. So the Rebels will inbounds in front of their bench as they get it into Rupel. Keeps a dribble alive. Now she's going to hand it off. It was going to be a give and go, but intercepted by Christensen. Christensen all the way down, and her shot is going to be up and no good. Gets the ball back, and there's going to be a tie-up called, and that will be possession to Weld Central. Should have probably pulled it back out. Set up their offense. She could have handed it off to Lewis. Lewis was right close behind her. So full court pressure once again by the Lady Mustangs, as the Rebels do get it into the front court with Pippin. Now to Espino. She's going to go up. Her shot is going to be blocked and taken away by Kelsey Shaver. Now down court to Lewis. Lewis at the bucket. Her shot is up and good for Haley Lewis as she starts it off here in the second half. 16 points on the night for Lewis. Ball is going to be intercepted by Shaver underneath now to Griffith. Her shot is going to be up and no good. And rebounded by the Rebels as they get it into the hands of Pippin. And she keeps the dribble alive out high, and now over to Rupel. She picks up her dribble out at the top of the key. Hands it off now to Pevler. Cross court now to Sims. Underneath once again to Rupel. Right wing, and that shot is up and no good. And rebounded by Lewis. Into the hands of Kelsey Shaver. Now into the hands of Hallie. As the Mustangs, a 3 is going to be taken by Griffith. Up and good by Maddie Griffith. 41-12, Lady Mustangs. Ball is going to be taken away again, once again, by the Lady Mustangs. Now a 2 is going to be taken off the rim and no good, but Lewis gets her own rebound. Now to Christensen out high for a 3, and that is up and good for Allie Christensen. 17 points on the night for Christensen. Ball is going to be tipped and taken away by the Mustangs once again, and that shot is going to be up and no good by Kelsey Shaver. Rebounded to the Weld Central Rebels, 44-12. Now into the hands of Sims, and she is going to count the bucket, and she will be fouled by Christensen. That will be her second. So that's 4 points on the night for Sims, as she will go to the line to shoot 1.
5 takeaways by Kelsey Shaver tonight.
Yeah, she's a great rebounder too. She goes in there after it. Free throw is going to be up and no good. Rebounded to Haley Lewis. And she hands it off to Shaver in the backcourt. Hallie brings it up into the front court. Now to Maddie Griffith. Back out to Shaver out top. Christensen on the left wing. Now into Shaver. Back out to Griffith. And that shot is off the backboard for a 2 for Griffith. So 5 points on the night for Griffith and in this quarter. 46-14. 4:50 to go here in this third period. Cross court to Rupel. Now to Pevler down low, back up to Rupel on the left wing. And she just, their shots just look terrible. I mean, they're just throwing them up, hoping.
They're just trying.
I don't know if they're just trying for a foul. Layup is going to be, how do they say the foul was before the shot? Looked kind of like the one that happened down here, but they're going to. So that foul will go on Pevler. That will be her first. So Mustangs to inbounds right baseline of their bucket. Into the game is Martinez. Out comes Pippin. Christensen for another 3 off the side of the rim and no good. She gets her own rebound. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded to Griffith on the far side. Now back out to Shaver, over to Christensen. Underneath to Lewis. Lewis's layup is going to be up and good. Haley Lewis.
Brian, we were talking about this last time. At what point do they do the running clock again?
35 points, I believe, is what it is.
Third period or fourth?
And that, what was that?
Is that in the third period or fourth?
It has to be in the fourth period.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure.
Ball is going to be tipped out by the Lady Rebels. As Lauren Keller, Caitlin Wells, and Kelsey Klaus into the game. Maddie Griffith, Allie Christensen, and Haley Lewis will take a seat. 4:02 left here in the third period.
Give them a little breath.
As Hallie Shaver gets it in to Caitlin Wells out high. Wells drives it down to the right elbow, now to Keller in the left corner. Now skip pass, now underneath to Kelsey Shaver, up and good. For the bucket is Shaver. 6 points on the night for Shaver, 50-14. This is not what I had expected by looking at the stats. So ball is going to be taken away. Nice steal there by Hallie Shaver. She's going to drive it all the way down. Her layup is up and no good. Rebounded to Keller. And she's going to end up tossing it out to Sims, and that is going to be that's a good foul by Caitlin Wells. She stops the layup way out front. So the Rebels will inbounds now, right baseline of their bucket. As they get it in, that shot is going to be up and no good. They're going to call a shooting foul underneath on the Mustangs. We'll see if that goes on. That will be on Hallie Shaver, will be her first. Trying to see what that number is at the free throw line.
That
is that 20?
No, that's number 30, Sims.
Oh, Sims. Okay, and that first one is up and good for Sims. She missed one earlier. It's now 50-15. Free throw is up and off the rim and no good, but rebounded by the Rebels. Up top to Pevler, now over in the corner to Sims. Underneath to Sims once again. Layup is going to be up and good for Sims. 7 points on the night for Katie Sims. 50-17, 3 minutes left here, third period. Kelsey Shaver out to Keller, now over to Wells, over to Klaus. Klaus over in that right corner. Ball tipped but taken by Keller. They tried to get it underneath to Klaus. We're going to call a push foul underneath on the Rebels. And that will be on Defee, be her first. Ball is going to be tipped out of bounds on the inbounds play on the far side. Mustangs will retain possession. Sims comes out, Durkin goes in. Whitney Frasco in now for Kelsey Shaver. 2:40 left here. Give these starters a little bit of a breather here. As they look to get the ball in, they do get it in. And to Caitlin Wells. Wells at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Keller, to Hallie Shaver. Now back to Keller on the right wing. Ball is going to be tipped away and taken away by the Rebels. And on the layup, but going to be taken away. The jump is going to be called, so possession arrow to the Lady Mustangs. So nice hustle there by Caitlin Wells to get back and destroy that layup there and cause that turnover. Mustangs with possession as they run a lot of time off the clock here. They have the only starter on the floor. That three is up and good by Lauren Keller. Mustangs are feeling it from behind the line tonight, 53-17. Over on the far side now, a foul is going to be called on Keller. Her first. It'll be team fourth, I believe. So out of the game is Caitlin Forte, and into the game is Emily Harris with 1:50 left here. Up high to Martinez, now back up to Harris over on the far side to Gherkin. I'm sure the Mustangs are happy with them just to run some time off the clock. As they try to work it in, that shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded, going to be taken by the Rebels. Up high now to Martinez as they look to get their offense set up. Bounce pass, going to be a travel called on Defee. So we will see. What happens here in the last minute 13. Keller over on the far side. And she gets it out front to Hallie Shaver. Wells to Frasco. Frasco in the left corner. Back out to Shaver. Under a minute here left in the third period. Mustang up 53-17. Keller with a little jumper is up and no good. Rebounded by Wells. Her put back up and no good. Rebounded and finally taken away by Weld Central. Nice job under there by Keller. And she fought for it, but Weld Central does come away with it. Down to 40 seconds here left in this third period. Lady Mustangs up 53-17. Harris now with the ball out front. Going to cross-court pass to Gherkin. Picks up her dribble. Now she's going to try to get it under. Nope. She's going to pass it back out to Lang. And the ball is going to be tipped away and going to be finally taken by Hallie Shaver, but a foul is going to be called after she gains possession. And that foul will be on Defee. That will be her second. Ten seconds left here in this third period. Keller over on the far right wing. Back up to Shaver out high. Wells to Frasco at the left elbow. Now to Keller, and that is up for a long two at the buzzer. So that makes the score 55-17 as we go to the fourth period on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel and what's your name? Oh, Corey Riddle back here at Fort Morgan High School as we enter the fourth period. The Lady Mustangs up 55-17. They outscored the Rebels 19-5 in that quarter. Layup is going to be up and no good. They can't even buy a layup. Pass is going to be to Christensen. Her layup is going to be no good, but she is fouled. And that foul will go on Ruppel. That will be her third. So that will send Christensen to the line for the first time tonight to shoot two. Christensen on the year, let's see what she is averaging from the free throw line. 52%. First free throw is up and no good. So Autumn Wheatley into the game. Let's see who else came in. Wheatley came in. Griffith came in. Kelsey Shaver came in. Hallie Shaver goes out. Keller goes out, and Wells takes a seat. Going to get the ball underneath. Layup, a little put up is going to be good.
That was number 31.
33. That will be Lang, her first bucket of the night. Underneath to Kelsey Shaver. Now to Wheatley. Her jumper is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Lewis, and a jump is going to be called on the shot as Pevler latches onto that ball as Lewis tries to go up with it. So the Mustangs will inbounds, left baseline of their bucket as we do have a running clock here. Christensen for another three, and that's up and good for Allie Christensen. She is on fire. 18 points from behind the arc for Christensen tonight. Little jumper from the left baseline is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Griffith. Now down to Haley Lewis. Lewis on the layup. Up and good for Haley Lewis. Nice job there by Maddie Griffith on that deep pass. So a 41-point lead here, 6:12 to go. Pevler layup is going to be up and good. 10 points on the night for Pevler. Now Christensen. Now 30-second timeout is going to be taken here by Coach Andy Schoen, and that timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East.
So far for the night, as far as rebounds go, the Mustangs have 19. The Lady Rebels have, let's see here, 5.
Rebounds?
Not a very good, strong rebounding team, but they're also going up against a good defense of the Lady Mustangs.
So the Mustangs get the ball in with Caitlin Wells, Lauren Keller, Autumn Wheatley, Kelsey Klaus, and Whitney Frasco on the floor now for the Lady Mustangs with 5:50 left here in this game. Mustangs up 61-22. Keller goes up for the shot, but she is pushed. So Keller will go to the line to shoot 2. And she is fouled by, they're going to call it on Sims. It'll be her second. First free throw is up and no good for Keller. AC Ice, when you need ice, don't just settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. And that free throw is up and good for Keller. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. So lost out of bounds on the near side. Turnover by the Rebels. As the Mustangs lead it by 40. 5:15 to go here in this. We'll call it a ball game. It's not much of a contest. We'll call it a ball game here.
Yep.
As they try to get it underneath to Klaus, and her shot is going to be up and no good. Gets her own rebound. Fought for finally to Keller. Her shot goes in at the bucket for Lauren Keller. 8 points on the night for Keller. Now into the lane is Pevlin. Her shot is going to be up and good. But she is going to be fouled by, I believe that was Lauren Keller. Be her second. And the basket was good for Pevler, so she will go to the line to shoot 1. And that free throw is off the back of the rim and no good. Tipped around, taken away by the Rebels. That shot up and no good. Rebounded to Keller. As they get the ball up into the front court, Keller keeps the dribble alive. Now off to Wells on the left high wing. She dribbles down to the free throw line. Now off to Klaus. Klaus's shot is up. Is going to be blocked. And taken away by the Rebels. 4 minutes left here in this game. 64-24. Lady Mustangs, as they got out to a 20-0 lead here early in this game and haven't looked back. Pass is going to be underneath. And they're going to kick it back out into the corner. Ball is going to be tipped away. And now a shot up and no good. Rebounded off of instead it's going to be off of Weld Central. I thought maybe Klaus had hit that, but she did not. Nope. So Keller with the dribble out front now to Wells out on the left wing underneath and going to be batted around and finally they're going to call a foul underneath on the Mustangs. And that will be on Keller. That will be her third. See who we got coming in for the Lady Mustangs. Emma Wolf and Allie Bauman. They will come in for Keller and Wheatley.
I think they got this.
I think they might have this one in the bag. Ball is going to be tipped out of bounds. That will be off of Caitlin Wells. The inbound in front of their bench is the Rebels. Now they get it in. And that is going to be an over and back call on the Rebels. So the Mustangs will inbounds at midcourt with 2:29 and counting here. Get the ball into Wolf on the left baseline. Now back out to Bauman out high. Back out to Wolf from the left baseline. Up and good for Wolf. 2 points on the night for Emma Wolf. 66-24 with 2 minutes to go here in the game. The ball is going to be kicked by Bauman. So inbounds in front of their bench will be the Rebels. So this game is over after about a 10 or 15 minute warm-up. We will have the boys game. Layup is going to be up and no good. And going to the line will be Leanna Lang. I think they called that one on Frasco. Her first.
What was that? About?
Yeah, that was supposed to be a free throw. Is that Lang? I said I believe it went to the line.
I didn't even think that touched the rim.
No, it came about 5 feet short. And Lang will with the second one, and that one's up and off the side of the rim. Rebounded and blocked by Kelsey Klaus. Bauman now gets the ball up into the front court. 1:27 to go here. Over to Wells on the right wing. Back out to Bauman out high. She needs to get rid of the ball here in a minute. She's going to be called for 5 seconds. Got it over to Wells on the right wing. That ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by Jones. So winner of the game will be McQuiston and Crossan. As Emma Wolf looks to trigger it in for the Lady Mustangs. Get it into Klaus in the right corner. Back out to Wells. Emma Wolf from the right baseline. That shot is up and good by Emma Wolf. 4 points on the night for Wolf. Down to 40 seconds here. 68-24, Lady Mustangs. And that pass is going to be well over the head of McQuiston. And the Mustangs will inbounds here with 27 seconds and counting, as we do have a running clock. So the Mustangs will be alone the Carlo 7 League with a 6-0 mark. This will drop Weld Central to 4-1. Mustangs have one league game left that counts towards league standings. That will be Fort Lupton on the 13th, and that game will be at the Pepsi Center, and that ball is going to be off of Emma Wolf as it goes into the back court. And that is how this contest will come to an end.
What's that, 40?
With got a 44-point win here by the Lady Mustangs. So we will take a break and be back with the post-game show on B106 and B106.com. The Fort Morgan Mustangs post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine, believe, and achieve your goals. Well, big night here for the Lady Mustangs as they go up at the top of the Colorado 7 League at 6-0 as they destroy the Lady Rebels 68-24. Scoring for the Rebels, leading the way for them was Pevler with 12, followed by Sims with 7, Lang with 2, Forte with 1, and Espino with 1. Leading the way for the Lady Mustangs, Allie Christensen and Haley Lewis each with 20, Lauren Keller with 8, Kelsey Shaver with 6, Maddie Griffith with 5, Hallie Shaver and Emma Wolf each with 4. For the Lady Mustangs, 68 points. I think Corey has some other numbers for us.
For the turnovers for the Mustangs, they had 15 for the night. Lady Rebels had 25. For the rebounds for the Lady Mustangs had 23, and the Lady Rebels 5. You know, Brian, for player of the game tonight, I want to give it to Kelsey Shaver. I mean, she had some good points she put up. She had, out of all those turnovers, 5 of those were steals. That's my opinion, but
Well, that Mustang Player of the Game is brought to you by Transwest Chevrolet Buick, serving Northeast Colorado and now located in Fort Morgan and Sterling. They have a great selection of new and used vehicles. Stop by and take a test drive. We can go with her, or we could go with Christensen. We could do a
let's do a cohort.
we could do a co-player of the game here because Christensen just came out hot. She had 20 points. She had
She was taking those threes.
She was got 5 of those the baskets from behind the arc. So with her 20 points, and then as you said, Kelsey Shaver, she's always in there. I mean, she is a scrapper. There's nothing shy about that girl when she gets out there on the basketball court. She just gets after it. So
players of the game tonight.
So our co-players of the game will go with Kelsey Shaver and Allie Christensen. So we'll take another break, wrap up this girls game, and then look forward to the boys game here on B106 and B106.com.